Right, guys, welcome to the show, The Stars, Ashton and Fedor. What's up, Ash? How's it going, man? Good? All right. Hey, Joel, how's it going?
It's going good, man.
All right.
Went back to my first council meeting in person since COVID. Everything else had been Zoom, online, whatever. And so a couple weeks ago I went to one, and that was interesting.
Anything?
I went in. I had forgotten. I was at the end of the special meeting prior to the real council meeting. Found an open spot of seats and just kind of sat there. And it wasn't until I sat down that I realized I had sat directly in front of Rose Robertson.
Which is the mayor's wife.
The mayor's wife, yeah. And holy moly. Just going on the whole time.
Talking the whole time?
Talking about somebody who is lying about stuff online, and she's going after him for slander or something, which I say good.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, get them. If they're telling lies, get them. I would check with Raj Ghul.
Yeah, we already know the way Raj Ghul is.
Yeah, see if you can find that character.
Yeah.
But I had forgotten what it was like to be there in person. You know, and I listened. I actually listened to the meeting on the YouTubes also, and you lose a lot of stuff because in that meeting while we were there was a lot of that the reason I had gone to that one in person was they're talking about the public works director Shane Farrell, and there was people there going to
support him.
Yeah, support him, and so I wanted to be there because I support him as well.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, and so I wanted to hear what was weird was the jeering and so I support Shane because I think Shane does a great job, and I think he's good at what he does. It almost felt like the other group supported Shane because it was a way to get at three of the council members, because there was a lot of cheering at certain times. And
was that the meeting where there was somebody there just yelling all the time?
There was,
somebody that was just I don't know why, just going off all the time.
Yeah, there was.
I'll tell you what, from experience, that doesn't do nothing.
Well,
everybody tunes you out when you do that.
Right. What's weird though is when you listen to it on YouTube, you don't get any of that. You don't get the clapping, the jeering, the. In fact, there was a gal that I had sat next to was asking me, "What's going on over there?" And again, Rose Robertson was talking during the meeting. The whole, during this time, she was just talking, and I said, "Oh, that's," and I explained to this gal what was going on over there, but you couldn't pick any of that up on the YouTube. So you miss a lot of stuff.
You see all that.
Yeah. Anyway, that was my coming back to council meetings in person, and so
it sounds like she kind of was making it to where you can
it was
really
uncomfortable.
sit there and watch. Yeah.
It was uncomfortable. It was distracting. It was, so I don't know.
Wow. Yeah, I've been wanting to go, man. I mean, Ash, right? I used to take Ash. Ash has been to several of them. Not lately, but
Now, another thing that I thought was interesting, in looking at I was kind of looking at the views of our last video and the views of city council meetings. We have like over 2 times as many people watching us than to watch the council meetings, and I wondered why is that. Those things are like 3, 4, 4.5, 5 hours long. They're just these. We do it in. Well, the last one. Sorry, guys, it was a little long.
Yeah, it was long.
20 minutes, but we tell you, hey, this is what's going on, blah blah blah, and
yeah. So like something big that happens,
right.
Or even something that's interesting, because a lot of times they're not interesting. They're hard to watch.
They are. There's a lot of minutia. There's a lot of inside baseball that if you're paying attention, you'll catch.
Yeah.
But you got to really be watching. We've been doing it for years. You've been doing it for way many years, and I've just been doing it for a few years.
So you kind of start to get the picture of. Well, it's just like I tell everybody with the school stuff. All you do is, especially now since we got our new superintendent, if you watch every meeting, man, there's tons of information. And there's a flow to what's going on.
You'll start to see
it. There's nothing hiding. I mean, we don't hide anything.
Right. Yeah. You'll start to see it. In fact, since you brought up school board, what's been happening there?
Oh, excuse me. School board president Diane Jensen had resigned last week. She had to resign. She moved out of district, which now she couldn't be serving on the board. So that was last Tuesday night, and if anybody gets a chance, watch it on YouTube because she gives a little speech that was pretty good. And I'll say this for Mrs. Jensen. When she became board president, it was at the right time where we needed change. We got two new members in. It was kind of the same way for a long time, and Mrs. Jensen took over as board president, and with the new members, we started going in a whole different direction, which, in my opinion, was always kind of the way I've always been. But now with new members, it was, and Mrs. Jensen, it was kind of like the thought process is similar, you know, where it's not all the way left, it's going all the way more right now, and we bring in a superintendent to fix the stuff. And ironically, all the stuff that had been going on for a long time is not okay with everybody no more. And so now we have a culture change, and we have our superintendent leading the charge, man. So the board is the what direction we want, and the superintendent is how you get there, or is the how it gets done.
Right.
So when people get mad at her, you look to the board, because the board is directing it.
So now that Jensen has resigned, there's an opening, right?
Yes.
So anybody in her district, which you could probably get online and find that. I would assume.
Or call the school district. You can call too. I don't know her exact area, but you have to fill out an application.
Okay, so you fill your application out. So if you want to be part of the what, right? If you want to be part of the what, fill out that application. Quit sitting there and complaining. Do something about it.
Do something.
Fill out the application. Get in there. Put your name in the hat. Not everybody's going to make it, but hey, that's part of the game. Ooh.
Yeah, and so just to let everybody know how the process works. Here you go.
Right.
There you go, pal. You put your app in, and they verify the app, and then there'll be an actual kind of like an interview process.
Right.
And I believe it's the same night. Then there'll be a vote on who the person who gets appointed. It's happened before. A couple of years ago, it happened when Mr. Falcone passed away. It became Mr. Carl Salazar went through that process.
Right.
And he was appointed in.
Right.
So
okay, cool.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen again.
So that's what's going on with the school board.
And then on my Facebook, my social media page, Mr. Trujillo, I had posted a picture of a class you could take with the county clerk's office to, if you want to run for office.
Okay, to learn the process.
Learn the process. Right. And I put a picture of La Llorona, the horror movie, on the side, and I said, hey, don't just be yelling and screaming at council meetings.
Right, get involved.
Yeah, get involved. And so I posted that. Well, a little bit later, Mr. Council Member Trujillo goes on my page and he says, hey, I'm running. He's running, man.
Yeah.
So that's a big deal because a lot of people didn't think he was running.
Right, nobody knew if he was or wasn't, and so now it's official according to Facebook.
Yeah, according to my page.
And whoever had access to that account, that he looks like Trujillo.
He's running.
So we have two runners now.
Yeah.
We have Trujillo for council so far officially, or unofficially, whatever you want to call
and
it.
Mr. Quintana.
And Quintana, are both.
Man, that's a big
for
deal.
mayor.
Quintana for mayor, and Mr. Trujillo would be in the district that he's in, which I'm not sure of the boundaries.
For council, the only
city council,
the only other council member. The only other seat that has nobody who's announced yet is Sarah Garris.
Yes, and I believe Miss Cho is in that area too now. They did a redistricting where she falls in there, so she could actually run, and if she wins, she gets 4 more years. This is what I understand. I could be wrong, but if she doesn't, then she finishes out these 2 years, and then that's it. That part goes away because of the redistricting.
Oh, I see. Miss Cho.
Miss Cho.
Gotcha.
So right now it would be Guerra and Cho. If they want to run right now, they would run together. They would run apart from each other, and if Miss Cho won, she would get an extended 4 years.
Got you.
But if she doesn't, then she's going to finish her term right there, and then whoever Miss Guerra runs against would end up winning, which is kind of weird. I mean, I don't even know if that. I could be wrong because. That's really hard
yes, there's something like that.
Yeah, but they did move her into the voting area, so now it's all, it's kind of, it's hard to follow.
So we're back in person. To recap, Shane Farrell, Public Works Director, has been let go. If you want to show your support
from that position,
yeah. his last council meeting will be this coming Monday. Will be his last council meeting as director. I would say if you want to show your support, show up, call in. I encourage you. I'll be there. So we've got that.
Miss Jensen gone.
Miss Jensen has resigned. So there's an opening in the school board that will be filled by appointment. Get your application in if you want to. And
Mr. Trio Rennigan.
Trujillo's in the mix.
Wow, that's a lot of stuff.
There's stuff happening, folks. Pay attention.
Yeah. Hey, and I don't think hardly anybody. Well, at that meeting when Mrs. Jensen announced the resignation, I don't think there was anybody in the crowd. So I don't think that many people know, except for whoever watched it online.
Yeah. So yeah, get involved. Pay attention.
Yeah. What else can we say, man?
That's it.
Well, hey, good show. I guess we'll see you guys next time.
Bye, Selma.
A few weeks. Oh, yes, and you're going to go to the next meeting, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, so then we'll get a report from Joel at the next meeting, after the next meeting.
Maybe we can find Raj.
Raj Ghul.